You're tuned in to Cosmidelic Down with your host,
Poetry legend, philosopher,
Mark Marcel.
All right. We are plugged in to the Cosmidelic download, and I'm excited to have my guest here, poet extraordinaire, Kira J. And yeah, and this is her first album that she has recorded. I was surprised, for real. It doesn't sound like I was telling you. It doesn't sound like an introductory album.
Thank you.
It sounds like you've been at this. The album is called "I Have No Idea What I'm Doing," and you obviously do have some idea what you're doing. You know.
So I have no idea what I'm doing pertains to like my love life,
Why would you there?
my parenting, and my finances. But creatively, I know a little bit, something, a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. Well, you're doing it for real. I was impressed. I was like, wow, this is really good, man. Especially on the track. As soon like I love the intro with you and your daughter. Like
That's my son, actually.
Oh, that's just okay.
So I started off with him,
Okay.
and then I ended off with her, my daughter.
Okay, gotcha. That's what the confusion was. Okay, yeah, because I was like, hold up, wait a minute. All right, that's what's up. Yeah, and then in high frequency when you said, "I just want to be in your skin," yeah, it's. I have a line in one of my poems, something like, "It's been so long, and I done smoked a lot of stuff through the years that my memory is faded, but it was something like I want to be me, you, like anyway." But nah, it kind of did this, and I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, yeah." So
I'll be so engulfed with you. I want to live inside your skin. Then I want to grow your next of kin.
oh wow, yeah.
I was in love with him.
Yeah, you were. So what inspired this album?
Love.
No doubt.
Overall, the totality of love, romantic love, platonic love, family love, self-love, my love for God. This is like a accumulation of any type of love that you can have. It's in this album. The love that you got for your family, the love that you have for your friends, the love that you have for yourself, and the love that you have for Big G upstairs.
Yeah. So what were some of the, I guess, trials and tribulations that took you through to birthing this album?
Oh man. Heartbreak for sure. So there's moments where like I try to tell the full story of everything just in the beginning. It's kind of like, oh, this is the feelings that I have. And then as you move through the album, it's the confusion of maybe this person doesn't feel that way back for me.
Right.
And maybe I don't feel that way for myself. Maybe I'm struggling with loving myself in the way that I want someone to love me. Just going through that whole journey definitely helped me push through to get to the end and just bringing it all back to God. Because, I had to end it off on that note of like, as long as you believe in God, then that's kind of all the love you have and all the love you need, right?
Yeah. I feel you. It's kind of like, I kind of have this philosophy, no matter what, it's all good, because it's learning lessons, even if it tugs at your heart a little bit, at least you went through it and you got.
Oh man, so devastating. So devastating, for sure.
Yeah, for real. Your album, it's, I hate to compare. I really do, because I disliked it when people did that to me coming up. But just for people to get a feeling for the album, it was kind of like a mixture of. It was almost like hearing Erykah Badu and Jill Scott merge and do poetry a little bit. Sound.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's a compliment. But still, I really hate to compare, because it takes away from the artist's own individuality.
Well, I love the comparison when you're going to compare me to such great Black women. That's
right.
It can't be taken as anything but a compliment.
I guess it's not a little better.
We're so far in this culture of art that there are so many trailblazers that came before us to compare ourselves to.
Yeah.
And the thing about my album, I actually modeled it after the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Oh, wow.
So my goal for it was to be the spoken word version of that album. Because when you think generationally, what is the most complete body of work for our times? It is always going to go back to the Miseducation. Yeah. So I said, okay, Lauryn had 16 tracks. Right. I had to fight for my 16 tracks because my production was like, girl, this is your first album. You cannot do 16 tracks. I said, Lauryn did 16. I'm doing 16. I fought for all 16 of my tracks. And the beautiful part was I'm big on dates when things are supposed to be released. So this album, I have no idea what I'm doing, was slated to be released on my birthday,
Ah,
August 19th. Guess when the Miseducation came out?
wow, really?
The synergy was just so crazy. So Miseducation
Interesting.
came out August 19th of 1998. So I was just like, man, look at God. This is just
Yeah,
the
yeah,
poetry version of that. I really modeled a lot of my work after, like you said, the Lauryn Hills. There's a track on my album called India that is just dedicated to the message that India Ari has left us with. It's just, I love them. So Erica and Jill, if I can get that, I'm honored.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
honored to be in that conversation. They're like, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess it's a whole lot better than being compared to Will Al Yankovic, you know. So yeah, yeah. But no, but yeah, definitely. You know, I only meant it as a compliment, but you know, just as like I say, you know, I I try not to take away from the artist poet's individuality. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's really soulful, really heartfelt. What some of the producers, what inspired you to take some of the transitions and get some of the producers that you did with the album?
Well, as a poet, I'm very strict on making sure that the project sounds like poetry.
Mm,
So when I went into the studio, I had to record everything a cappella.
right. Gotcha.
And then none of my beats were like, typically in music, it's like the producers will give you a beat and you write to their beat.
Right.
But I wanted my album to be so authentically spoken word that I did everything a cappella and y'all create the beats around my poetry.
Right.
And I wanted it to be specially centered around different genres of music because I had a lot of people asking, like, how did you keep things uniform? I said, I wasn't worried about keeping it uniform. The album is called I Have No Idea What I'm
I
Doing.
love it.
So I can freestyle with it if I want, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was able to go and get some of the top hip hop producers like Rush D and ATL Jacob. And then I got some R&B producers on there. I got the jazz groupies to make me jazz tracks. And I even got Keith Harrison. He's a producer that has worked on Tyler Perry projects to do a gospel track on there for me. So I was listening to the poetry that I had in a cappella, and I wanted to make sure that I could cover as many genres as it felt authentic to each piece. So
Yeah.
the album is hip hop, poetry, jazz, gospel.
Yeah. I can feel all that in it, for I can feel all the influences in it. Yeah, you definitely did a great job, for real.
Thank
Where
you.
have you were these pieces written for this album, or did you already have the pieces kind of already written and just decided to make the album?
Originally, I had all of the pieces written, and then I've been working on this album for like 3-4 years.
Wow.
I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my art. It takes me about 5 good years to get a book off, you know?
Okay.
So I had been working on this album for a few years. And as someone with a huge social media platform, my first mind was to take my top poems and put them on a project because that's what people want to hear.
Right.
But shout out to Rush D, my producer. He said, Kira, that's beautiful, but you want to make sure that you're not cheating your fans by only giving them stuff that they've heard. So what you want to do is maybe go into your books, maybe go into your notes, maybe go into your archives, maybe write something new. So that way, when they sit down and listen to the album, some of the pieces can be things that they've heard before that are viral, but a lot of it needs to be stuff that they're sitting and receiving for the first time.
Yeah.
So because of him, I was able to pull from some viral conversations and some poems that you may have heard versus stuff that the world is digesting for the first time. So it's a little bit of both.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. What are some of the pieces on this album that I know when I was making my album, I know there's certain pieces that I feel that make the album, you know, like
Ooh.
when you're going through your album, you know, there's process of elimination. There's like
It's
make it.
devastating, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. They're all your babies, you know, I
They're
understand.
all my babies.
They're all your babies. But which ones would like this, which pieces make this album to the point that if they were not on this album would not be what it was, what it
Ooh,
is?
that is such a beautiful question. I'm gonna have to say there's three on the album. So there's the song that I would pick. I love I Got Ready for You. That is I don't like to play favorites because I Got Ready for You is not necessarily my favorite poem, but it's my favorite song.
Right.
The way everything came together
But
with the production and the background singing and the vocals on it. So I Got Ready for You is my favorite. But when I've been polling with my audience and my fans, everybody's favorite is Juxtaposition.
wow.
And I'm surprised by that because I was like, okay, that poem, it's beautiful. It's about the the life journey of being right and wrong and the hero and the villain, and that's my audience's favorite. But I think like if I had to tell people to go and sit and listen to one poem on the album, it would definitely be Do You Believe in God? It's the closer of the album, and it kind of brings the full story together of everything that I've been through from start to finish. That's why I put that one last.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a great album. It is. I'm
Yeah.
especially for being your first album. I'm like, wow. Like it. Like I said, you obviously have some idea of what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I have no idea what I'm doing is with these men.
yeah.
I'm winging it there. I'm winging it there.
I'm with you there for
And I tell them like, listen, if you can't be my man, then at least you could be my muse, and I'm going to get some great writing out of this.
Right, exactly, exactly. I've had a lot of muses.
A lot of music. I have no idea what I'm doing in that direction, but I'm an amazing artist.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, it is a pleasure being your peer in this category.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what made you put it into the Grammys?
A few things. First and foremost, Rochelle Gemini.
Hmm.
She's been a Grammy member on the Texas chapter for years. And she pours so much into the creative space of poetry and hip hop and visual arts and creative direction. So she was kind of like, man, we got to do an album. And as an a cappella poet, I never even thought about it. Like I can't do poetry with a beat before working on this.
Right.
But Rochelle kind of molded me to, listen to the beats, trust what we're doing, and this is how it's going to sound, and this is how it's going to be good, to where I got comfortable with it. And it was also just my name is getting really, really big, right?
Right.
I'm getting some of the top interviews. I'm touring all over the country. I just did 20 cities in 2025, right?
Wow.
So I figured like I could do a lot of things for my name, but I have to do everything for my genre.
Right, right.
And the bigger that my name gets, the bigger the name poetry will have to get, right?
Exactly.
It's much bigger than what we're doing, because I feel like as poets, we still don't get our proper recognition. We ain't got no MTV awards, we ain't got no NAACP awards, no VMAs, all of these things.
Yeah.
And when you look at what we're doing and what we're creating, it's kind of like a slap in the face.
It is. Big
So,
slap in the face.
A big slap in the face. So it's like, I've made a movie that has premiered at AMC theaters. I have 5 best-selling books. Why are we still left out of these conversations?
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I can do this for my name, or I can do this for my genre, and make sure that all of these hundreds of thousands of fans that I have, because now collectively with my social media platforms, my following is amassed 1 million.
Right, right.
If I can get those 1 million people to start listening to spoken word albums,
right.
that can be some change for all of us.
Exactly, exactly.
It's just making sure that y'all know how serious and how creative poetry is, and going mainstream without compromising the art.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
It was super important for me to do that. Like, I didn't want to deviate from poetry at all.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I'm glad you did, for real. I've always said that the greatest wordsmiths I know are my peers. And yeah, it's about time that I feel a lot of them get some recognition, So like I said, it's a pleasure to be your peer. I look forward to connecting with you even further. Tell the people where they can find you. Where they can
find me across social media at I am Kara J, or All Things Kara J. I am Kara J is the platform on Instagram that has most of my quotes and my writings. And then All Things Kara J is where you can find all my poetry and my interviews and my public speaking and my tour dates and all of the things. All of the things.
That's what's up. Well, Kara J, like I said, you obviously have some idea what you're doing, even though the album is called I Have No Idea what I'm doing. People, go check her out. Wonderful poet, wonderful person, and I look forward to the future with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. We are going to plug from the system.